This cast looks like a bad Guardians of the Galaxy cosplay, like if they're in a movie called Monitors of the Solar System. Sort of looks like if Thugnificent from the Boondocks had an aunt who hunts Blackulas, or if Whoopi Goldberg played Morpheus in The Matrix. Next up is Amari, and she sort of looks like if the guy who made Hamilton made a stage play about the Ninja Turtles and casted Lizzo. Or if the Juggernaut is the red M&M, she's the green one. And with her voice, some have called her Fat Alberta.
I got you!
Hey! It's Fat Albert!
But last but certainly not least is Daw. He looks like if Ned from Spider-Man went on a ski trip to Gay Mountain. They gave my guy a girl face, like they gave him girl face proportions, and like the craziest fupa I've ever seen. He's visually grotesque. As a brown guy, this is very upsetting. That we now are in a climate where you can't have a prominent character that's Latin or Black or Asian, and you think you're gonna get some cool designs, but they always throw in all this weird shit on top of it, and it's a real bummer.
With the recent flop of Sony's release and the subsequent demise of Concord just 11 days later, gamers everywhere are gleefully piling on the insults and dancing on its grave. I'm no exception. I recently watched a video titled Concord Characters Redesigned, where the creator humorously pokes fun at a few characters and then reimagines them to look 110% better. He only covered 3 characters, so in this video, I'm taking it upon myself to critique the rest of the cast. Be sure to join the conversation in the comments. Let's see if you can come up with even better comedy than what I'm about to deliver. Baz, Daw, and Imari already got dragged through the mud in the last video, so let's just keep this train wreck moving. First up, we've got One-Off. Seriously, One-Off? Who the hell greenlit that? Sounds like someone named this thing after their partner in bed, who couldn't last more than a minute. Yeah, call it One-Off. It's all I ever get from you. Like, damn, someone's clearly not being satisfied at home. And then you look at this thing. It's like a giant yellow trash can, having the worst day of its life. What exactly is the appeal here? Am I supposed to be impressed by its striking resemblance to literal garbage? If I wanted to see something that looked like my morning hangover in a bin, I'd just check the curb. Next up is De Veers. Honestly, I don't know if this guy's a he, she, or an intergalactic space turd. But let's roll with he, because I don't have time for this identity crisis bullshit. De Veers looks like he just staged a jailbreak from the local asylum. Dude's still rocking that orange jumpsuit like it's casual Friday for serial killers, and for reasons none of us will ever understand. He slapped together a janky-ass Buzz Lightyear costume. Picture this psycho running around screaming, "To infinity and beyond," while trying not to faceplant in his dollar store space boots. But wait. As if that wasn't enough of a head-scratcher, he's got this old-school box TV strapped to his head, like it's some kind of futuristic fashion statement. What is this? 1995? You try making sense of it. I'm just here to tell you, this dude looks like he's about 3 bad decisions away from becoming a meme. Next up, we've got Duchess. Yeah, you heard that right. Duchess. This old flat-chested Asian grandma strolls in like she's about to give you a lecture on respect and beat your ass at mahjong. Oh, and did I mention the cape? Yep, she's rocking a cape, like she's some kind of budget superhero grandma. What's her superpower? Knitting you a sweater while telling you you're a disappointment. I mean, what else can I say? This lady looks like she should be dishing out hard candies, not trying to save the world. Next up, we've got Hamar. Finally, the one and only fuckable character in this entire dumpster fire of a game. Sure, she's another female character without tits, but somehow it kinda works. Like, I don't know how they pulled it off, but props to them for making flat is justice almost believable here. But let's be real for a second. Having one hot character isn't gonna save your game, no matter how many pixels you slap on her ass. Concord tried that, and guess what? It crashed harder than my hopes for a decent date night. Also, what the hell is she even wearing? Is this supposed to be some futuristic shrine maiden cosplay, or did she just roll out of a sci-fi Comic-Con by mistake? Either way, it's doing something, but not enough to save this sinking ship. Next up, we've got it. Z. It's Z. Yeah, the name alone sounds like someone had a stroke while typing. The itsy-bitsy Concord went up the water spout. Down came the gamers and washed Concord out. Seriously, what the hell is ITZ supposed to mean? Even the devs were like, furries are popular, right? And, people seem to like elves. Screw it. Throw in a rainbow and see what pops out. And what popped out was it Z. A hot mess of fur, pointy ears, and who knows what else, shot out the other end of some fever dream blender. It's like they just hit randomize on character design and called it a day. Ain't nobody asking for this. In Concord's defense, I'm sure there's someone out there who'd totally bang it Z. I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of weirdos in the world, and somewhere, some dude's probably looking at her like, yeah, I'd hit that. People have gotten off to weirder shit. Let's not kid ourselves. Next up is Jabali. Honestly, he's not the worst of the bunch. Sure, the color scheme looks like someone threw up a rainbow and then let a toddler pick the shades. And that hat? It's giving me major try-hard vibes. Like he's trying to be trendy, but ended up looking like he raided a costume closet. But hey, at least he doesn't look like he's been assembled from random crap found in the back of a thrift store. So, props for not being a total disaster. Next up, we've got Kips. Holy shit, are you serious right now? A sexually confused, pink femboy robot? What the actual fuck? I mean, who in their right mind decides, yeah, let's make a robot that's basically a neon sign for existential crisis? Like, who looks at this and thinks, yes, this is exactly what the world needs. A femboy robot who's clearly having an identity meltdown. It's like someone mashed together every stereotype and malfunctioned their way into the weirdest robot design ever. Next up is Lark. Holy crap, it's a yellow mushroom person. I mean, one bite of this shroom, and you're probably going to start hallucinating unicorns doing the Macarena. Lark looks like someone's bad acid trip made its way into a video game. Seriously, just leave the mushrooms to Mario and his mushroom kingdom. This thing belongs in a trippy dream sequence, not a game where you expect to have a clue what's going on. Next up is Lennox. He's supposed to be the closest thing we get to a white guy. But somehow he's rocking this bizarre yellow look. I can't tell if it's a statement or just a massive design fail. And those scales and spikes on his arm. What is this? An identity crisis combined with a bad fantasy costume. It's like the designers threw darts at a board of random traits and said, yeah, let's slap that on Lennox and call it a day. This character design is so confusing. It's like they mixed up every genre and forgot to hit finalize. Next up is Roka. Seriously, it's a sexually confused femboy version of Master Chief. That's all I've got for you. Just picture Master Chief if he had a midlife crisis and started questioning his entire existence. It's like someone looked at the Halo armor and thought, what if we made it fabulous and added a touch of gender uncertainty? So yeah, Roka's out here redefining what it means to be a badass space warrior with a whole lot of confused flair. Next up is Starchild. Here's the backstory. One day, Beast from X-Men and Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy had wild gay sex together, and out of that intergalactic rendezvous, one of them had a serious case of post-coital digestive distress, and voila, Starchild was born. So yeah, Starchild looks like the love child of a mutant and a cosmic warrior who had one too many space cocktails. It's like someone's fever dream mixed with a whole lot of questionable decisions. Next up is Teo. Imagine Buzz Lightyear if he had a midlife crisis and a side of Woody's questionable fashion choices. That's Teo for you. He's got that Latin flair, so let's not get him mixed up with your run-of-the-mill straight white guys. Apparently, Concord's policy is no straight white men allowed, diversity only. So if you're diving into Concord, don't forget about Teo, the diverse, somewhat masculine-ish reject from a Pixar casting call, because apparently that's what passes for innovation these days. Lastly, we've got Vale. Honestly, she's not too shabby. Definitely another fuckable character in this mess. She's not drowning in rainbow flair like some of the other disaster pieces, which is a relief. But once again, we're staring at a character with no tits. What's up with that? Is everyone at Concord just allergic to women with normal-sized breasts? Seriously, you don't have to go full Jessica Rabbit, but a regular pair would be nice. It's like they're on a mission to erase boobs from the gaming world. I get it. Women don't need big tits to be awesome. But come on, boobs are a fact of life. Guys like them. Women need them to feed babies, and they're not inherently bad. It's high time someone at Concord stopped being so damn sexist about something as natural as tits. Well, I guess it's too late for all that, because Concord got the axe from Sony. Yep, they pulled the plug faster than you can say epic fail. So all those diverse, underboob-represented characters are now just a footnote in gaming history. Looks like Concord went from a what were they thinking to a who cares? Game over, folks. Better luck next time. So there you have it, folks. From the Buzz Lightyear rejects to the sexually confused femboy robots and every weird-ass design in between, Concord was a wild ride that ended in spectacular failure. Sony swung for the fences and ended up face-planting in the dirt. If you were hoping for groundbreaking gameplay, you might as well have been hoping for a unicorn to deliver your pizza. Concord's legacy, a cautionary tale about how not to design a game, and a reminder that sometimes, just sometimes, a rainbow-colored disaster is all it takes to make us laugh. Oh, and before we wrap things up, let's talk about today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Games Journalist, the experts in, well, let's just say they're experts at metaphorically getting on their knees and giving your game studio's ego a good old blowjob. Just look at what they did for Concord. They practically licked it clean and sang its praises to the heavens. And what did that get us? A spectacularly dead game and a whole lot of what were they thinking? Because when it comes to hyping up a train wreck, Games Journalist has you covered. Just until the train wreck crashes and burns, of course. So if you ever want your game to be the next big flop, you know who to call. Games Journalist, the only sponsor who'll blow smoke up your ass until your game's in the ground. Game over, folks. Here's hoping the next project learns from this mess and manages to stick around a bit longer. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.